Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2022. Goodness, it feels like 2021 was over in a blink. But anyways, we are back for another Our Year in Review video, and I did one last year and I remember thinking like I want to do this every year because it was just so fun to look back at our year and just, you know, kind of reminisce about the good times and also like look back on the bad times and see how faithful God was even in the hard times. And yeah, I really love the end of the year. I love the prospect of a new year and all of the fun things that are coming in the new year, but I always enjoy this time of just sitting back, looking at the previous year and just, yeah, absorbing what happened and sharing kind of our highlight reel with you guys. I've always wanted my year in review video to be more of like a highlight reel. I don't want to dwell on the hard times. I do want to, like, you know, acknowledge that there were hard moments and hard times and yeah, obviously give God the glory for bringing us through those times, but I want to look back at our highlights and share those with you, and so we are going to do that, and this right here is the main highlight of our year. And I can't believe he's sitting here quietly. He's crawling now, just to let you know, and he is into everything all the time, and so we'll see how long this lasts. Anyway, so we're just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna try and add pictures on the screen just for your benefit and my benefit. I like to look back on these videos and, yeah, remember the times and see the pictures again. And so, alrighty, so we are going to dive right into January of 2021, and I was fairly far along in my pregnancy, and I remember probably the highlight of January was our gender reveal, which was a very low-key occasion, just spent with some really close family, my sisters, Daryl's parents, my parents. Where are you going? Oh, no, okay. Okay, you can sit with me. You want to hold my tablet. Is that it? Okay. Anyways, so we had our gender reveal, and Daryl and I actually kind of spoiled a surprise for ourselves beforehand. We kind of wanted to find out the gender in private, and so we found out the gender, and then I think it was like the next day we had our family over and we had a little party, and I made a cake. You know how you can make those cakes with like the sprinkles inside? So it was the first time I had ever made a cake with sprinkles on the inside, and it was so fun. I had my mother-in-law and my mom cut into the cake, and then all of these blue sprinkles came out, and it was so fun. I'd say the other big thing for me in January was finishing up our master bathroom remodel. I say remodel, we basically just gave it a facelift. I did an entire video on that, so I can link it here in the cards for you, but that project was one that I had wanted to do ever since we bought the house, and it was so fun to finally finish it. We basically just like repainted, did some different decor things, and it was a really fun, it was kind of a quick project, but it was a really fun one. So then moving into February, I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that was just like such a humongous goal of mine, and it just felt so huge that I finally achieved that. It was so fun. And so I hit 1,000 in February, and then my channel got monetized by the end of the month. And so that was a huge milestone in my YouTube journey. In the end of February, my family took a trip to Florida, and Daryl and I went along, and it was a really fun week in warm weather. And yeah, the trip we drove down, which was like a 20-hour drive. I was quite large at that point in time, and so the trip was not the most relaxing thing. Okay. So the trip was not the most relaxing thing, but it was a good time. Alright, so then moving into March, I went into major nesting mode. Finally finished up the nursery, which had been kind of a slow process. But yeah, finished up the nursery, felt very prepared for baby in March. Yeah, kind of like organized my brain. I posted a really fun video, just like our nursery reveal. I tell you all about like the process and like where different items in my nursery are from. I'll try and link that video here too. So another highlight of March, I think, was the baby shower that my mom threw for me in Michigan. It'd be in the area that I would have grown up in with like my aunts and cousins and my sisters. It was just a really low-key thing, but it was so fun just to get together with them and celebrate life. But then also in March, my channel started to gain some traction. I had a video start to perform really well, and a lot of people discovered my channel, and it really started to grow. And the growth was so unexpected and also like overwhelming, because I was due in May, and so like with my channel growing and yeah, just trying to keep up with that growth, I feel like I didn't like process it completely, because I was like focused on, like, I was in my last trimester, I was thinking baby, I was not thinking, YouTube was not my main focus right at that time. And so yeah, it was kind of a crazy time for my channel to kind of gain traction. What are you? No, you can't suck on that. Let's find a different toy. Alright, so now we find ourselves in April, and the weather finally started to warm up here in northern Indiana, and my husband and I spent a lot of our free evenings going on bike rides, kind of like, I don't know, just soaking in those last few weeks of it just being him and I. Not that we were like not looking forward to having a baby and being a family of 3, but I just think those years and that time together as just a couple, that's something you're not going to have again until your children are grown up and married and moved on. That time is so incredibly special, and looking back, I wish I would have like understood exactly how special that time was. But we definitely spent April just like spending time together. We went on lots of date nights. We spent lots of time riding bike together. We just did things together, and I am so thankful that we made that a priority for the month of April. Also, another fun thing in April was the ladies from our church threw a baby shower for me, and it was so fun. I was incredibly blessed with so many wonderful gifts. So then towards the end of April, I was probably like 36, 37 weeks along, and I threw a bridal shower for my sister who was getting married in June. And that was a really fun time. I had a lot of fun planning that shower. It was a really fun time. So that was definitely a highlight. April was also a hard month for me and Daryl, probably more like, I don't know, emotionally than anything, just because we were having some complications with Galen. The doctors were kind of concerned about his size and that they hadn't seen any progression in several weeks. And so we were doing a lot of like monitoring and just making sure that everything was okay. Had several ultrasounds just to make sure everything was going good, and yeah, praise the Lord, he was fine. But it was kind of a stressful time for a first-time mom, let's just say. In the beginning of May, I was roughly 38 weeks pregnant, and we decided to redo our kitchen. And looking back, I feel like we kind of made that decision more as like something to occupy our minds and our time in the last few little weeks there. But it was also kind of a stressful endeavor considering that I was 38 weeks pregnant. But we decided to paint our kitchen cabinets, and if you've ever attempted that, you know that's a humongous task. But we did it, we got it done, and so we started our kitchen remodel. So basically what that entailed is we painted our kitchen cabinets, we took some cupboards out and replaced them with open shelving. I'll try and add some pictures here of kind of like the progress and like some of the after pictures. It's not completely done. Actually, this week my husband is finishing the backsplash, which is the last part of this project. And I'm so ready to have it done, oh my goodness. That was the beginning of May, and like I said, that was kind of just a project to like occupy my mind because I was due the middle of May. I went 4 days late, and our baby was born on May 22nd at 12:14 in the morning, and I had a really long, rough labor. I have a video on that as well. I will try to link it here for you, but yeah, it was probably like some of the hardest days of my life, but like the best too, just because like the miracle of birth and meeting Callan. So obviously the remainder of May was just filled with soaking up those newborn days. My postpartum experience was very rough, and so the end of May was a very painful time, probably like emotionally and physically. Mentally, I dealt with a lot of things, but yeah, like I said, God is faithful, and we got through it. Towards the end of May, we had our newborn photo session, and that was so fun. I'm gonna share some of the pictures here on the screen. My photographer is This Moment Photography from Marshall, Michigan, and she is incredible, can I just say. We really enjoyed our newborn session, even though I was in a lot of pain at the time. She made it a really good experience, even though it was a really hard time. And she captured so many precious memories from those first few weeks, and she drove to our house to do our session, and she was just the most gentle, the most patient person, and I felt so incredibly blessed to have her be there to capture that time for us. So then the beginning of June, my sister got married, and I was a bridesmaid, and I was only 13 days postpartum at this time, and so it was a really rough day for me. It was a good day. It was a very happy day of celebrating my sister and her new husband, but it was a very hard day for me. I was on my feet a lot, and I felt like I just kind of got hit by a train. Just given my postpartum experience, I probably shouldn't have been up and around at all, but anyways, I was really thankful that I could be there. I was really worried, given my circumstances, I was really worried that I wouldn't get to be at my sister's wedding, and I'm so thankful that I could be there. My sister's wedding was the beginning of June, and yeah, and by this time summer was kind of in full swing. Unfortunately, my garden, I didn't get to spend as much time in my garden as I wanted to. I wanted to make some like gardening videos this year, and I wanted to like get to spend a lot of time in my garden, but that was not a possibility. Yeah, just given my postpartum experience, I couldn't really be outside in my garden, unfortunately. And so bless my dear husband and my mom, they spent so many hours out in my garden, weeding and just taking care of it, and it was so hard for me to be in my house and watch them do my gardening, because it's something I love so much, but I'm so blessed to have people in my life that did that for me. And so yeah, June was full of all the summer things, and it was so fun. We visited my parents several times, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Daryl played softball for our church softball team, and so we had a lot of fun at softball games, and yeah, it was a really good month, and yeah, just kind of adjusting to life with a new little baby, and it was a good time. We had a very good month of June. I would say that totally carried into July. July was also very summer filled. I really started to kind of feel like myself again. Calvin was a very colicky baby for the first like 6 to 8 weeks. Very fussy, and my breastfeeding journey was very hard, and so yeah, I feel like things started to get easier in July, and I started to enjoy life a little more. We again visited my parents. We did get some of our countertops installed. We waited months and months for half of our countertops, but we did get like our butcher block on our island installed, and that was so fun for me. I've always wanted butcher block, and it was so fun to have. We also had a really fun family outing with my husband's side of the family. We went to a zoo for the day, and yeah, that was really fun. He has sisters in Missouri, and they were visiting, and so it was a really fun time getting to spend time with them. August, canning season. Oh my goodness. So I did a lot of canning, considering that I was like 4 months postpartum. Let's just say I probably should not have done as much as I did, but I enjoy canning so much. I really pushed myself. I did green beans. I didn't do any corn this year. Well, I normally freeze corn. I didn't do any corn this year because I had a bunch left over from last year. So I didn't do any corn, but I did, yeah, like I said, green beans. I did tomato salsa. I did tomato juice. I did pizza sauce, marinara sauce, spaghetti sauce. I did a lot of tomato things. And then, yeah, there were just some other things here and there that I did, but I think tomato was kind of the biggest thing. Anyway, but I did do a lot of canning, and it was very different learning how to, like, can with the baby, because, you know, like, the baby, you have to stop and feed them and take care of them and then go back to what you're doing, and then you get interrupted, and what used to take me like 3 or 4 hours would take all day, but praise the Lord, I got through it, and now I know how to can with baby. So hopefully canning this year, check. Hopefully canning this year will be easier now that I kind of have done it with the baby, you know, and now I'll know a little more what to expect. I think I was kind of shocked by the amount of time it took me, considering that I had to consistently stop and take care of the baby. Anyways, shout out to my best friend who came over and helped me multiple times. She's an angel. Anyways, so another fun kind of highlight in August was my mom and sisters and some ladies that I would know from my mom's church, or the church that I grew up in. We all visited a flower farm, and it was so fun. I've always wanted to visit a flower farm, and it was everything I ever imagined. They had a sunflower maze, and that was so much fun. And then you could like pick a bouquet of flowers because they had a whole bunch of flowers. Picking flowers, 10 out of 10, my happy place. And then also in August, I threw a baby shower for my friend. And yes, I did have a 4-month-old baby, and that was a trip, but it was a very fun time, and I'm really thankful that I got that opportunity. Okay, so moving into September, I joined a company that I absolutely love, and I love talking about this company because I believe in this company. The company is Lemongrass Spa, and you probably have heard me talk about it before, but it's an all-natural skincare, hair care. Yeah, they have all sorts of different products that are chemical free. They're all natural. A lot of them are like vegan and cruelty free, and I love these products, and I've been using them for probably over a year now. Anyway, so I did join the company. I'm a consultant now, so if you have any questions about like all natural skincare, if you want to make the change to non-toxic, yeah, I would love to chat with you. But yeah, I have loved being a part of the company, and it has been a lot of fun getting to share one of my passions with all of you. And my passion is definitely non-toxic products and kind of trying to detoxify my home. And Lemongrass Spa has played a humongous part in that. And I am very thankful that that company exists and that I can be a part of it, and that I can share it with you. It's so fun for me. So September, I always try to like do all the summer things. And so me and Callan went on many walks during the day. We spent a lot of time outside. We also had our church camp out, and that was fun. We live like a 1.5 miles away from the campground where they have the camp out, so we didn't like camp. And I am so thankful that we live this close because, like, yeah, I had like a little 5-month-old baby, so I wasn't super interested in camping, but we got to be there during the day, and it was so fun. So October, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of like a huge colossal thing that happened, and I can't really, but I do know that we did our family photo session with, of course, my favorite photographer of all time, This Moment Photography. Her name is Elsie Walker, and she is phenomenal, and I have never been so impressed with a photographer in my life. She had Callan absolutely smiling and laughing the whole session, and I don't know how she did that, but she had him absolutely thrilled to be out in the field taking pictures, and I'm mad respect for her, and I'm so pleased with how our pictures turned out. I'm gonna put some on the screen here, but she just did an incredible job, and she is just an incredible photographer. I will tag her Instagram account in the description box. She just blew me away with our family session, and I love every picture, and I just love looking through them. Life got very busy November and December because we had a lot of family things happening because, you know, obviously the holidays, and so it was a good time. November and December were like super good and but so busy. Okay, but let's start at the beginning of November. So I threw a bridal shower for one of my friends, and that was the 3rd shower that I had thrown for a friend that year. Let's just say by the time I was done throwing that party, I was very done with bridal showers and baby showers. I was tired of it. So then we spent a weekend in Michigan with my family. I think it'd be the weekend before Thanksgiving. We celebrated Thanksgiving with my family in Michigan. And then next week we drove out to Missouri, a 7-hour road trip with a baby. Good times for Daryl's family Thanksgiving. Like I said, he has sisters that live in Missouri, so we were there with them for Thanksgiving, and it was a really fun time. Then all of a sudden, it is the beginning of December, and my baby started crawling, and let me tell you, he's not crawling slowly. He gets where he wants to go at lightning speeds. He gets into everything. Now we're into January, and at this point, he can climb onto things. He can climb into my dishwasher. He can climb onto me. He can climb onto pretty much anything that is that like climbing height, he can climb onto, which has been exciting to say the least. But anyway, so that kind of kicked off our December. I've been very busy running after him and December was very busy for us. So one weekend, Daryl's sisters were visiting from Missouri. So we spent Friday evening and Saturday morning with Daryl's family having Christmas, opening gifts, and then that afternoon we drove to Michigan and spent Saturday evening and Sunday with my family celebrating Christmas. And then we got home on Sunday, and then on Wednesday of that week we left for a week in Branson, Missouri with my mom's extended family for Christmas. So yeah, busy times. It was very fun, but it was just like go, go, go. And so then once we got back from Branson, Daryl had the week between Christmas and New Year's off of work. And let me tell you, we have just chilled. He's been working on like the backsplash around home. We've been getting some projects done around the house, but we have not really made any plans. We've had some like friends over for like supper and done things like that, but nothing crazy has been planned, and it has been the most restful, the most relaxing week of our entire 2021. And let me just say, that has been so good for us. Just like, yeah, taking a step back, relaxing, and being ready for the new year. And that brings us to the new year, and I am so thankful to every single one of you for being here with us through this year. This year has felt insane. We have had so many changes in our lives. We've had so many good times, we've had some bad times, but I am just so thankful to every single one of you that show up when I decide to post a video. You watch my videos, you hit the like button, you comment. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever understand. You cannot comprehend how much you all mean to me and this channel and this community of people that we have here. I know I don't post videos as often as I would like to, especially now that I'm a mom. But I just thank you so much for being here and for your endless support. And I am so excited for 2022. We have a lot of fun things coming. I'm so excited to share with you. I'm so excited to see where God is going to have us by the end of this year. Because just looking back at 2021 and the amount of growth and the change and yeah, the things He has brought us through. When I look back on 2021, it just makes me so excited for 2022 just to see what God is going to do in our lives this year. So with that, I want to close out this video, but I want to say Happy New Year. I'm so excited to do this year with you guys. So have a good rest of your week. I will see you next time I upload a video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.